Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about Mist of Pandaria Remix and I will explain what you can do in order to almost one-shot raid bosses, and also this is something that will allow you to get invited very easily in a lot of different normal and heroic raids, and like that you will be able to gear up, to level up super fast. So definitely something you want to do as soon as possible. And as you will see, this is a very fun way to do all these different raids super fast. So basically the main requirement in order to do this technique is to have with you the meta gem Ward of Salvation that you will then be able to place on your headpiece. As you can see, basically when you use this item, it will restore health to an ally and grant them a Word of Salvation for 10 seconds, absorbing damage equal to the overlaying. While Word of Salvation persists, all healing taken grants absorb instead of healing. When the ward expires, it explodes, inflicting holy damage equal to the remaining absorbed to all enemies within 40 yards, split evenly. So this is a really good gem because basically what happens is when you engage a boss and everyone in the raid is using this gem on the main tank, and then you have the different healers, for instance, healing the tank a lot, then when all the different wards of salvations will explode, the boss will basically be dead in just a few seconds. So this is something that will only work if most people in your raid have the gem and are using it at the same time. Normally, in most cases, you will have to use it at the beginning as soon as you engage the fight. And you also want to use Bloodlust in order to really make sure to heal the tank as much as possible, and then for the explosions to make as much damage as possible to the boss. But this is something that again is a collective effort, which I think is pretty cool. Of course, this is something that won't work for every bosses in Mist of Pandaria because some of the different bosses, for instance, will require you to kill 4 different mobs, and so you won't be able to one-shot all of them, only the first one. Same, some bosses will at some point become maybe simply invincible for a few seconds or immune to damage, and so you won't be able to one-shot the boss at that moment. But for probably 80% of them, you will be able to use that in order to kill them in just a few seconds. So this is really something that right now is needed in order to raid, simply because as you can see, most people are now asking for you to have this ward gem in order to do this technique and in order to do these different raids super fast. So if you are not having the gem and if you still want to do some, so if you don't have the gem, sadly, it's going to be a little bit difficult probably for you to get an invite. And also just a quick tip, when for instance you apply to any of these different rates, you can directly link them the gem by going there and simply linking it like that. So the person is sure that you have it with you. So this is again something that I would recommend you to try and get, simply because as you can see, it will make it first way easier for you to get an invite in all these different raids, especially the different normal and heroic ones. And also, as you've seen, you will be able to do these different raids in maybe just 20-30 minutes and really one-shotting all these different bosses. So this is a really good way for you to gear up, to level up, to get a lot of threads, a lot of bronze, and do all these other activities linked to raiding without too much effort. So if you don't have this gem and if you were not lucky and you didn't get it while leveling up, what you can do is simply go to any of the different infinite bazaars, and here you want to talk to this vendor, and as you can see, you can buy some of these purple gems. And what's gonna happen is when you open it, you will receive one random meta gem, and if you're lucky enough, you will be able, like that, to receive at some point the Word of Salvation. So this is something that is pretty easy and pretty quick because there's not that many meta gems in the game and they only cost 500. And keep in mind, you won't be able to get one that you already have. So normally, just after buying a few, you should be able to receive the Word of Salvation, and then you can apply it on your helm. Keep in mind, you want to have it applied when you get into these different groups because people will inspect you and make sure that you have it. So as soon as you enter these different groups, make sure to have it as your main meta gem on your headpiece. in order for the different raid leaders to keep you in the group. So as you can see, really, when using this technique, we were able with a random group of players to do the Mogushan Vault in normal difficulty in less than 20 minutes. And again, it's something that is super, super easy, especially if everyone has the Word of Salvation and is doing it right. Normally, you should be able to really just one-shot all these different bosses, get tons of experience, get tons of rewards, tons of bronze, and this is something you can do on a daily basis. You can do all these different raids on both normal and heroic difficulty on a daily basis. So really, with this technique, it should be super easy for you to get all the rewards you want from these raids, and especially to get all the epic threads and also the bronze. So this is a really good way, in my opinion, to get all these different things done. And again, this is really fun, honestly, to see all these different bosses completely melt when you're using the Word of Salvation. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you will be able to use this technique, to get into many more raid groups and to one-shot all these different bosses. Keep in mind also, if you're still trying to level up with this technique and by doing all these different raids every day, you will be able to get a lot of experience gain bonuses. As you can see, for instance, right now I have plus 356%. And then after that, you will be able to reach level 70 in no time. So this is a really good way for you to get these XP bonuses, the bronze, and all these other things. So I would recommend you to do these different raids on a daily basis with this technique. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye.